Everyone, I'm back to make a new batch of soap. I just ordered some great new fragrances from my fragrance company, Indigo Fragrance, and I made my own little blend. I blended together fig with cassius, musk, a little bit of water orchid, amber, and a little bit of lime. And to me it smells good. My daughter and husband think it smells a little strong, but I think that's due to the fact that it's not diluted yet. I'm going to be adding kaolin clay to this batch. I'm calling it cream and figs, and I'm going to be doing purple and white colorant with a little jojoba beads within the soap for some exfoliation. Sorry for moving all around. I have it kind of all over the place. I have my oils heating up. I'm about to switch them off the stove and put them into my bowl to cool off. I have my lye solution cooling off. I already added my tuss of silk. I added a little bit of sugar to this batch. I just like the way it makes for better bubbles. And I also am going to put in some sodium lactate. So I'm going to continue with each step, and as always bring it back to show you how I do it. So here is the waiting process. I'm waiting for my oils and lye to cool down to about 90 degrees. I'm then going to add my kaolin clay to the oils prior to adding my lye solution. And once I add my I'm going to add my fragrance oil to the oils too before I add my lye solution. Since I did make my own blend for the very first time, I am expecting it to accelerate my trace. Only because I have 4.5 different scents combined together, and that may accelerate my trace a little bit. We shall see. These are all new fragrances that I'm using from Indigo Fragrance. I've never had a problem with their fragrances. Again, I'm calling this figs and cream. I know I said cream and figs earlier, but it's going to be figs and cream. It's going to be purple and white with a little jojoba beads on it as well. I'm also going to enjoy a drink while I do this. So we're just going to go ahead and continue with the process and let my oils and lye solution cool down, and then we'll do all the additives. We'll get the colors mixed together, and I'll show you how the scent held up in my soap. I want to make sure it doesn't rice my soap. I'm expecting it to accelerate trace a little bit, which is setting up my soap. I want to make sure that it holds the color well, and I want to make sure, of course, that the scent holds up. It's pretty strong in and of itself, this blend, so I'm expecting the scent to be magnificent. So we shall see. It's all brand new stuff for me today. I'm just going to go ahead, like I said, and let this all cool down, and then I'll bring it out. Both my oil and lye are cooled to about 95 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and add my kaolin clay in first, and then I'm going to add the fragrance oil to my oils, and then I'll add the lye in. Before I do that, I probably will add my titanium dioxide to that, to the main batch as well, since I'm only doing the 2 colors. So I'm going to go ahead and get all this situated, and then I'll show you what each step looks like. Gentlemen, this is what we call a seized batch. It immediately seized up on me when I added the fragrance oil. I am going to go ahead and try to work this the best I can and see if I can still salvage it. But this is what a seized batch looks like. It was my first time blending oils by Indigo Fragrance. On an individual basis, I normally don't have any problems, but I blended 4 oils together and it seized up on me. So I just wanted to show you what a seized batch looks like. I'm going to put a little muscle behind it and see what I can do to work this out, and then I will bring it back. All right, I'm able to work a little bit of it out. I'm still working on it, but I just wanted to show you, as I went through the process. This is the first time anything's ever seized on me, but the minute I put the lye water in and stirred it for less than 2 seconds, it turned as hard as a rock, and as you saw in the previous portion of the video, it seized on me. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue with the process. I added more water. I'm going to add a little bit more oil just to see if I can smooth this out a little bit more, and then we'll add it to the mold. I was able to work it out, and here's my purple layer. It's somewhat of a consistency of a hot process. I went ahead and added my jojoba beads to the creamy layer, and then I'm going to add this on the top, and I'm going to put a little more purple on top and kind of just blend it in. and we'll put it aside for 24 hours and see how it comes out. Again, this batch did seize on me. I was able to get it to some form of consistency to put it into the mold with a little extra olive oil and some water, and we shall see how it turns out. I hope it turns out well because the smell smells really good. So we shall try this. I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting this in the mold. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all put together. Then we'll put it to rest for 24 hours. I salvaged it the best I could. Again, this was the first time anything's ever seized on me, and it's more like a consistency of hot process. I thought it may accelerate trace. I didn't expect it to seize on me. It still smells really good. The colors are holding up nicely. I did that light lavender purple and a white. And then I put jojoba beads in the white portion for exfoliation and some on top. So we're going to let this rest for 24 hours and we'll cut it and see how it came out. Fingers crossed. All right, here is my loaf of soap that seized on me yesterday. It's still really soft and it does have some oil slicks around it. So I'm going to cut it and let it air dry. It does smell really good, and as you can see, the color's held up nicely, but I haven't seen on the inside yet. So I'm going to cut a few pieces and then I'll show you guys what it looks like and see if I was able to salvage this loaf of soap. So I was able to cut this loaf into bars. It's still extremely soft, and due to the seizing, I did get glycerin rivers because it heated up so quickly. But the scent smells really good, and my pretty purple held up well. I'm just going to let the air do its thing and give this 6 weeks and see how it comes out. I'm hoping that it's salvageable. Again, this is the batch that seized on me yesterday, and I was able to work it into at least getting it into the mold. It's not nearly as smooth as I would like. It does have some open pockets, as you can see. So I'm just going to let the air do its thing and see if in 6 weeks it's a usable soap. Well, thanks for watching.